Wow, guys, Bernie Sanders has scary news coming his way after he says Elon Musk is running the country and not Donald Trump. You guys gotta check this video out. But if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss none of the latest videos that I post. Let's get right to it.
When it comes to questions about who is the administrator of Doge, actually, do you believe that's an important question to have the answer to?
No, the issue is not who is technically the administrator, who has the title. Elon Musk is clearly running the show, the wealthiest person in the world, who has enormous conflicts of interests, who is helping to fund right-wing extremist organizations all over the world, who is looking forward to get massive tax breaks from Congress. He's running the show.
So if he's running the show, but not on paper, as they essentially argue, but you say in practice, he basically is. You're a co-equal branch of government as a senator on Capitol Hill.
I kind of thought so, but I think you have to explain that to the president.
Do you feel that you have oversight when it comes to what Elon Musk is doing?
Look, what we're seeing right now, Caitlin, is a very dangerous moment. I'm laughing here, but it is not funny. This country is moving very rapidly under Trump into an authoritarian form of society. You know, the founding fathers, way back in the 1770s, these were nobody's fools. And what they had fought the King of England, an autocrat, had all the power, and they said, you know what? We don't want that in the new country. We're going to set up 3 separate equal branches of government. And every kid in the 6th grade knows who they are. But Trump does not. And what Trump is doing now is trying every day to usurp the powers of Congress, to challenge the powers of the court. It is a very dangerous moment.
Well, the question.
I don't see how you can sit there and try to manipulate people that Trump is doing the wrong thing here. Everybody wants to say, oh, Elon Musk is in control. Elon Musk wants to take over the world. Elon Musk this, Elon Musk that. No one was saying anything when Joe Biden was awarding him and giving him all types of grants for businesses. But now Elon Musk is a bad guy. These Democrats are trying to throw whatever rock they can at Donald Trump and attack him in any way that they can because they want to destroy this man. I never see this many people speaking up once they start digging into what these finances and where this funding is going. This guy Bernie Sanders, you're already old, man. You've made your money. I'm sick and tired of hearing this. Let's keep going, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Though, when it comes to what this looks like, is we haven't seen a ton of resistance from Capitol Hill, and we have seen some efforts in the courts. These Democratic attorneys general stepped in, but today a federal judge here, Tanya Chutkan, she's well known to our audience from the Trump trials, she declined to block Musk and his team from getting access because she basically said she wasn't getting specific enough examples from these AGs about how Musk could cause irreparable harm to their state. And if they can't prove that in court, what does that say?
Well, I tell you what I happen to believe. At the end of the day, the struggle against Trump, the struggle against oligarchy, which is led by Elon Musk, the struggle against authoritarianism, the fight to make sure that the working class of this country gets a fair shake, that is not going to be won here in Capitol Hill. It's going to be won by millions of people all over this country standing up and saying, you know what? We fought and died for democracy. We're not going to move toward authoritarianism. We fought to create a country that works for all, not just the billionaire class. That's the struggle, and I'm going to be active in trying to rally the American people to do just that.
Well, and you're embarking on this tour to combat this. It's a national tour. You're starting in Nebraska and Iowa. How do you break through to people, though? There are some people, Trump voters, who are even independent voters, who like what Elon Musk is doing and say, yeah, the federal government does spend too much money and it is too bloated.
And the truth is the federal government is a bureaucracy. We have to acknowledge that. Federal government perfect? Far from it. Do we need to bring about reforms? Absolutely. But let us be clear what these guys really want to do. Do you think that Elon Musk is staying up night just worrying about excessive spending in the CDC? I don't think so. At the end of the day, what these guys want and what Trump wants is to cut programs that working class people need. They're talking, the House Budget Committee released their report, their budget, $880 billion in cuts to Medicaid. Do you know what that means? It's not only that millions of people, kids, are going to be thrown off their health insurance.
That's not what it means.
Devastating to nursing homes. 40% of the revenue coming into community health centers. 30 million people get their health care, community health centers. That's coming from Medicaid. You cut Medicaid, you're going to dismember an already broken health care system. What are they going to do with that money? They're going to give it to tax breaks for the richest people.
That's the Democrat delusion. That's what I'm gonna call that. The DD, the Democrat delusion. That's projecting. That's exactly what that is because they think that the Republicans are gonna turn around and do exactly what the Democrats are trying to do. That 800 billion or 600 billion, whatever number he just threw out there, that outlandish number, is not gonna go and fill the rich people's pockets. It's gonna go into making the system better. That some of that money is getting pocketed by a lot of these politicians that I think Bernie Sanders know. I think he goes with these people on Saturday. Let's keep going, guys. The Democrat delusion is strong here.
In America, over $1 trillion goes in tax breaks to the top 1%. That is what these guys want. They want more wealth. They want more power. American people are going to have to stop them.
Well, and what you're referencing, this is like the blueprint, essentially, that we got from House Republicans. It's not clear what realistically they're going to be able to pass here, but they're looking to have 4.5 trillion in tax cuts.
Right.
And basically, this plan instructed the Energy and Commerce Committee, which oversees Medicaid, to find those $880 billion in cuts. Realistically, what should voters be worried about if you hear from some moderate Republicans who say, we're not going to touch Medicaid, that's not going to be on the table?
Well, no one is saying that. I mean,
Caroline Levitt has a briefing about this. They almost cuss almost every day. She has a briefing about that almost every day. They ask the same question. Ask the same question. They go, what about Medicaid? What about food stamps? She goes and she says, we're not cutting any of that off. Basically, all we're doing is trying to investigate where this money is going. You know, Bernie Sanders is trying to use fear tactics to scare you. He's trying to use a fear tactic to scare you. Like, if they investigate this money, they're gonna cancel Medicaid. You're not gonna have food stamps. And the reason why these Democrats always win is because they try to keep you poor and keep giving you free stuff that's covered up. You know, it's delusion. Let's keep going, man.
right now, what we are trying to do in a House which is almost evenly divided, if two Republicans, 2 out of 435 members, say, you know what, we're not going to vote to give tax breaks to billionaires and cut programs that children and the elderly and the hungry desperately need. 2 Republicans, their proposal is dead. And we're going to work hard to make sure not only do we get 2, they'll get a hell of a lot more than 2.
On the Elon Musk front, when it comes to Social Security payments and what is actually wrong with government and what's exaggerated, we're hearing this line from the White House that tens of millions of people are getting Social Security fraudulently. Either they're dead or...
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
Well,
Come on, man. Bernie Sanders doesn't believe anything that Trump's doing. People are receiving this money. If not, it's Bernie Sanders and Bernie Sanders' buddies. Stop acting like you don't know what's going on behind these closed doors, man.
We've gotten no evidence of it, but I looked into this, and what we do know is that there's a lot of people that still remain in the database, but as far as people who are actually getting payments, it was 44,000 who got payments according to an audit that was done in 2023.
Out of how many millions?
There's tens of millions.
Tens
so when
of
they say
millions.
tens of millions, that would be
This is
a third of
what
people
we are
who on
dealing
Social
with.
Security.
We're not only dealing with oligarchy, the incredible power of the very, very rich. We're not only dealing with a move toward authoritarianism, we're dealing with what is new to America. You know, politicians have always lied, nothing new about that. But the level that we're seeing right now, the big lie, over and over again, and it goes out, there's a big lie, and then it goes out on Musk's Twitter to, several hundred million people, repeated over and over again. And now the word is out there, oh, people on Social Security, 150 years of age. Can you believe it? The whole thing is corrupt. It's broken. Well, where does that lead you, Caitlin? What's the next step? If government can't do anything, if Social Security doesn't work, if Medicare doesn't work, if Medicaid doesn't work, we're going to get rid of all of those programs, and we're going to give it over to the billionaire class to run it.
That's what you think.
That's why you have Doge. That's what you're going to do. If the government can't control it, you have Doge. That's why Doge exists. Stop trying to make Elon Musk this bad guy, man.
Ultimately trying to do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, not only do
Social Security.
they want massive cuts to programs for the working class in this country in order to give tax breaks to the very rich, and then they want to move to the privatization of every important government agency. Just the other day, and this really upset me, because I used to be chairman of the Veterans Committee, and I feel very strongly about making sure that those men and women who put their lives on the line to defend this country get a fair shake. Right away, 1,000 employees at the VA laid off at a time when the VA healthcare system certainly needs more help than they have right now.
Bernie Sanders wants you to believe that they're trying to come up with a plan. This guy has been in Senate almost 20 years now. Why haven't you came up with a plan? He's strictly just against Donald Trump. That's all these Democrats care about. Everybody wants to say, I see Elon Musk next to Trump more than I see JD Vance there. That's because it's not JD Vance's time to shine yet. Doge needs to fix this broken system ASAP. That's why you see Elon Musk on TV all the time, next to Trump all the time. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. We're out.